I thought after the first period, when we started managing the puck better, and then we were on the right side of the game when it came to just being above them and not letting them get numbers behind us. I thought that changed the way that the game was kind of played. In that, we had some surges that we had to defend, and we had to bend not break, and then we got our surges on the other end. I thought when we got our opportunities, we buried tonight. But the biggest thing for me is that we just, and us as a staff and as a team, we just stayed on the right side of it as the game went on there.
How about every time they scored, you answered right back very quickly? How important was that with some of those ensuing shifts?
Yeah, it was massive. Obviously, at this time of the year, everything gets tight. Everything's magnified. You can feel when the game gets tied up. You can feel it on the bench. But I thought our demeanor on the bench was calm. We knew we just need to get right back out there and go back at it. And we answered most every time that they scored. So it was obviously a big for us tonight.
That for Boris to come in and score the hat trick tonight, but just continue to chip in points. What have you liked most about his game?
He's just he plays a simple game. He's hard on pucks. He goes to the net front. You look at his goals that he scored. They're all around the net. Obviously outside of the empty netter at the end there, but he goes to the hard ice and he gets rewarded for it. I mean, the first or second goal he scores there is just he comes downhill. He's at the net front. He gets a good tip at the net. He wins a battle on his first one, takes it to the net. Like little things like that are what we need. Is we need those people that are willing to go to the net front. And he's a guy when he gets there, he's very good there as well.
Starts 2 nights in a row for Kolosov. How do you think he handled that?
I thought he was great. I thought he had some surges early in the game that he had to make some saves on and got him into the game early. And I thought after, I'd say the first period, we did a much better job at cutting down on those chances. And when we needed him, he was there to make those saves.
Building off Kachuk's hat trick, he's on the line with Tomasino and Thompson. What is it about that trio that works, and how did that help Thompson out?
Well, I think you get a veteran guy, like both guys are veteran guys, that can help him through the process of his first game and just talking him on the bench. And, both players are very talkative. They're always looking to discuss situations and make sure we're guiding him through those. I thought, Thompson was excellent tonight. He was really good in the face-off dot. It gives us that left-handed center with Dorward as well that we can get those guys winning some draws. I thought he won puck battles. He had some poise. He showed some poise when he had the puck. He didn't panic at times and made some nice plays. And then just really high hockey IQ when it comes to the D zone of just understanding when a switch is made and he needs to fill a space and understanding where a stick needs to be in those situations. So very well coached, obviously, and he was really good tonight.
How valuable is it to have a center like him? And we talked last night about how every game matters now. And at this stretch, to have a center who can use that in that situation.
Oh, it's huge. He's not only is he responsible, reliable, can play the 200-foot game, but he's big and he's strong and he's good in the dot, and all those things are, especially once you get down the stretch here in this playoff stretch with those big heavy centers. You got Ghosh, you got him. You got, if Bo needs to play in the middle, you got him. You got Wiz that's hard to play against in the middle, and then Petey plays in the middle, wins a lot of draws. But just those big heavy centers that can lean on guys down low, and he showed that tonight. That's no problem for him.
You mentioned that he made an impact tonight, but how about Cole Knuble? He had an assist last night.
Yeah.
He debuted tonight. He brought a lot of energy off of that front line. What do you think about him?
Oh, he's a very good hockey player as well. He's just his hockey IQ is extremely high. He's on the right side of the game. He understands when it's time to go and understands when it's time to cut his losses and stay above things. He's got a lot of poise with the puck. Makes little plays in spaces. He wins his battles. He uses that leverage kind of and gets through guys at underhands. And he's not afraid to go in and touch a puck first, even if it's a big, huge, heavy defenseman. He's going to get in there and touch first. He knows when to get contact and get himself out of it. So I was really impressed with him and Thompson in their first 2 games with us.
And one more for me, actually. There is this season you have not won a single game in a 3-for-3. Your third game, and you're 4 in the regulation and 1 in overtime. How do you look to turn the script tomorrow night against Wilkes-Barre Scranton?
Well, we got to get a rest tonight and then come up with a plan that we need to have against a team that we've played against a ton this year. That's a team that's on the go. They live off of turnovers and they live off their transition game. So, it's going to be very much of the same message moving forward the rest of the year. Is just we have to manage pucks. We have to be above the game. We have to make sure that they have to go through numbers and it's not odd man rushes towards our net, because that team is a team that feasts off of those situations. And then when we have our opportunities to hem them in the D zone and extend them in the D zone, we need to make sure that we do that.
Just wrap up with you entered this game, defense was struggling, 16-3. Do you like the way you defended in this game and defended late to close out the game?
Say that again. I missed the first part.
Defended late.
Who? Did you? The team in general?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I did. I thought we were inside. I thought, there's going to be times, especially when teams they're pressing for a goal, like the pucks they're just going to shoot a lot of pucks. The D are pounding pucks in the net. So sprayed pucks on the D zone, those are hard to. You have to recover those there more times than not. We have to turn to react to them when we're in the D zone. They're coming downhill, so they have a little bit more of an advantage. But I thought we never really extended ourselves. We stayed towards our net. We protected our net. We made it hard to get them inside. And then when it was time to win a battle, get ourselves a territorial play and get ourselves out of our end, I thought we did a good job at that.